Welcome back to Grassroots Media. Welcome back to this week's edition of the Baileyton Drug Company Eric Tilson Show, presented by Starnes Barber, where we cover everything on the Tundra with the North Greene Huskies football team. As always, I'm joined here with head coach Eric Tilson. Coach, how's it been?
I still need a haircut.
I do too.
Yeah, I wasn't able to go last week, so I guess we're going to have to go to Starnes Barber and.
See, last week would have been perfect to go because I made a joke about it too. As soon as we run out of water at my house is when I'm starting to grow my hair out a little bit. And, of course, it gets all greasy and you can't wash it. If it would have been short like it used to be, no worries. But, of course, whenever I try to grow my hair out.
I am not somebody who needs to grow their hair out. I am dying to get a haircut.
Hey, Robert Starnes.
Yes.
We'll be by soon. But things have been a little unusual lately. I think anybody that's watching this knows that. Didn't get to play on Friday night. The Williamsburg game has been canceled. Will not be made up. Things are a little different. We have a few schedule changes. New opponent this week, so I'm going to give you the floor just to talk about the state of North Greene football at this moment because, as I mentioned, things have been a little unusual with Hurricane Helene. So just talk about everything that's happened in the past week and everything that will happen going forward.
Well, first off, we're very fortunate where we are in terms of we were impacted, but in terms of all our kids are accounted for. All our kids have been here. We have heard from them. We've seen them. So everybody's safe in terms of that. Some family members were affected amongst our team, but relatively, we're safe up here. We've got running water here, so we're very fortunate up here because I know people who've lost a whole lot. Even where I live in Washington County was hit really hard, and even personally. We lost water, but that's a petty problem.
Yeah.
And there's people who I know are really hurting. Where I used to be in Utica County was ravaged, and it's hard to get a hold of people. There for a while I was a little concerned because trying to get a hold of Cloudland's coach this past week is go straight to voicemail, and I'm like, man, I hope those guys are even safe right now. And
Roane County got hit hard for
a while. And it was a little dicier for a little bit, and at that point, football's on the back burner. And you're just concerned about people and kind of worried about what. So, and that's the first thing is we're safe, we're accounted for. We've been able to be together for the past few days, and when we got a game this week, and that was kind of the craziest week in terms of football wise I've been a part of. But we're counting our blessings right now in terms of where we are, because and now we can kind of figure out what is our response. How can we help people, and then kind of go from there. So we kind of take into account where we are, everybody's safe, okay, and then let's move forward. It's okay, we are safe, we're fortunate, so what can we do to help people? So if anybody wants to reach out to us, we're more than willing to help wherever we need. Some of our players have helped clean up basements already and stuff, and I know my church went and fed a bunch of college students this past week, so it's we're ready and willing because we're very fortunate here. So that's first thing. So we're ready to serve. So that's the first thing, and then the schedule change wise, we've had to move the Cloudland game. Carter County's not playing at all this week, so we've had to move our game. We both had a same week where we had both had non-region opponents, so we've had to move that back to the 25th. So, and that's still up in the air about what Carter County is going to be able to do moving forward. I really feel for Hampton right now. Their school absolutely decimated. So, really feel for those guys, especially as seniors. I know football. This is a football show, so talking about football, but a lot of them lost a lot more than just a football game. But I do feel for those seniors who you put a lot of time in for an opportunity to play 10 games, and then that's not even a lot of games to begin with, and then you lose a bunch, and then you lose the opportunity to play at your home place. So it's I know that community's hurting right now, and that's where we are. To this point, because Hampton was supposed to play Eagleton. We were supposed to play Cloudland. Eagleton reached out yesterday morning, and then about 4 or 5 hours later, we're trying to get scheduled together. And it was Eagleton was very hospitable and trying to make things work out very well. So I'm very appreciative of kind of what they're doing. It gives our kids an opportunity to play a good opponent, and because that was the one thing we were excited about playing Williamsburg, because that we wanted to test where we are. be able for a playoff team, and lost that opportunity. And then we're like, okay, we get to go play Cloudland. Then all this mess is going on, and then now we're like, what's going to happen
next?
here? So we're very fortunate, Eagleton and us kind of aligned at the same time. So, and that's kind of where that went about, and things just happened so fast. And I was on the phone maybe 4 or 5 hours straight, it felt like.
Wow.
Just going back and forth between administration, between their coaches, trying to hear from Cloudland, trying to hear, like, just going back and forth. And with cell service the way it was hard to get a hold of people. And Coach Buchanan did a great job handling a lot of that. He was my main guy to go to, and he's a real good one to have. And then Miss Weems as well, our principal, they were both top of the line in terms of getting all this handled and everything. So it's very fortunate where we are. So
Absolutely.
So very pleased with that. But that's where we are. We're safe. We get to play football, and I know that's in the back burner of everybody's mind, but it does give our kids a sense of normalcy, and that's a good thing about everybody in the county is getting to play.
Yes.
So, and because I heard some people talk about back when Hurricane Katrina happened, everybody remembers when the first game New Orleans played and won, and it kind of gets it back to normal. Get your mind off of everything.
It heals things just a little bit. It gets your
bit.
minds off of things.
Well,
for
it's
a
like
while.
The first game after 9/11. I remember that baseball game they had. So it's like there's a lot there. Yeah, we put a lot of emphasis on sports in our country.
We do.
But at the same time, it does bring people together with everything that could divide us. Sports is one thing that does bring people together because you can go compete against each other, then off the field, you're like trying to take care of each other.
Absolutely.
So that's a good thing. That's why I love sports as much as I do, because I know the person that we're competing against across, they're putting themselves. I know they work. I know they're going to practice. I know they're a competitor. So I just know the respect level I have for them, even though I don't personally know them. I just know they're playing football or they're playing whatever sport, and I just know what they've been through. So it's that's why I love sports so much. So, and it brings people together. So
in times like this too,
yes.
because even when teams are at odds, you can be rivals, but at the end of the day, you're still going to help each other out when one team is in need.
Yes. So
Because you've seen that. I think there's been examples that you've seen even here in Greene County where one rival's team has been affected by the floods and the hurricane weather, and they've actually reached out to help. They've drove down the hour and a half it takes
Yep.
to help them out, deliver water, deliver food, offer showers, anything like that. So that's the beautiful thing about sports. It brings people together. And Friday night, I think, was one of those nights where I don't think anybody expected to play football. I know you all probably didn't expect to play football at some point this week, but I think for a few hours on Friday night, it'll kind of ease everybody's minds and bring everybody together and kind of give everybody a sense of healing and sense of comfort.
Yep. So, and that's a good thing too. Is like Eagleton, even people that can't be there, they stream all their games on YouTube. So if you just type in Eagleton Academy, you'll find it on there.
There's the plug.
That way people can watch it and kind of see North Greene football and kind of get back to a sense of normalcy for just a little bit, and then hopefully we can make everybody proud.
One thing I was going to ask that I'm asking a lot of coaches this week is how different things have been traveling to different locations to practice and things like that. Fortunately, you've not had to do that. You're, I think, the only school in Greene County that still has running water and are able to practice at your home facility. So I know that's a comforting feeling, not having to travel and things like that. Kind of going back to what I just mentioned before, teams that are rivals reaching out to others, you're offering your facilities for another school within the county to come here a little bit later too. So you've got Chucky Doak coming in. They're going to practice here. They're going to use the water, the showers, and everything. So in a time like this where things have kind of been devastating, it's kind of good to see people reaching out and offering a helping hand.
That's been, I mean, we've been fortunate, so we want to help out wherever we can. So we've offered our facility, and even some of our kids lost water too. So like we got kids taking showers here, and so when you're fortunate, you want to be able to go help people. So, and again, we're more than willing to help. I know we got kids that are wanting to do stuff. They just right now don't know where to help.
Yeah.
And where I'm in Washington County, a lot of them, like a lot of my focus has been helping in kind of where I live. So if anybody, just reach out, my email, reach out to, I guess, you guys as well. We can kind of coordinate something to be able to help, especially because we got kids.
Absolutely.
Looking to help.
Yes, and if you do want to help, I guess I'll go ahead and run this right now. I don't know if the link has been posted yet. We're recording this currently. I'm speaking at 1:01 on Wednesday afternoon, but the link might not be up yet. It might not be announced yet, but 10 a.m. on Friday morning at South Greene will be our meeting to figure out where we need to coordinate for cleanup crews, junk removal, demolition, and stuff like that. So if you've not yet signed up, the link is on our Facebook page. I might drop it down below in the bio of this video, so go ahead, check that out, sign up if you do want to help, and Friday at 10 o'clock at South Greene High School in the parking lot, we'll coordinate where to go, who wants to be a part of what crew, and whatnot. So if you do want to help, sign up, and you'll be able to, and we'll be working Friday, Saturday, Sunday. It won't just be a one-day thing. We'll be working multiple days also. So that link will be on our page, and it should be under here if I don't forget. Of course, I'm a very forgetful person. So hopefully I remind myself to do that, and that'll be down below. But I don't think there's anything else we have to cover on North Greene football at this moment. I know the Cloudland game we talked about moved to the 25th, and does that completely remove the Happy Valley game off the schedule?
I guess.
Just kind of trying to work things out.
Yeah, this is a weird situation, so I don't have definite answers right now.
Okay.
But I would imagine that's my guess.
But as of right now, playing this Friday at 7 o'clock at Eagleton,
yes,
and the 25th playing Cloudland. Have not determined the location yet.
It depends on if they can host. I would imagine they would host.
Okay.
But we've offered our facility as well. So
it's just a trying time right now. It's just things are unusual, and nobody's really able to wrap their heads around it yet. It's been not quite a week yet, but we've still not been able to wrap our heads around everything that's going on. But we'll go ahead and jump into a break. We'll preview that Eagleton game this upcoming Friday night here in just a minute when we get back. So stay tuned, and we'll talk about that here on Grassroots Media.
Pizza, pancakes, or donuts. The Davy Crockett Travel Center in Baileyton has the cure for all your cravings. While you're there, shop our general store for souvenirs, gifts, and cellular accessories. In a hurry, grab a cold drink and a hot dog to go. Check us out on Facebook and come to Baileyton.
My name is Robert Starnes. I'm a lifelong resident of North Greene County, where I currently reside here with my wife and 3 children. I was a barber in Greenville for the last 6 years, but I have recently changed locations to my new shop in Baileyton. It's at 285 Mortis Hollow Lane, Afton. I'm also a proud supporter of North Greene Athletics. Come see me for all of your men and boys grooming needs. Go Huskies!
Baileyton Drug Company services the surrounding communities of Baileyton with excellent patient care using a full-line pharmacy, over-the-counter selections, and a convenient drive-thru. When you visit us, you are treated as a neighbor, not a number. It's not just our slogan, but our culture. We're investing in our patients, local schools, and community. For over 5 years now, we have established ourselves as an independently family-run pharmacy that isn't driven by corporate goals. We are driven by what is best for your overall health and wellness. We are conveniently located so you don't have to make the drive. Prescription drugs are just the tip of the iceberg. We also offer natural remedies, essential oils, at-home medical needs such as walkers, rollators, bath accessories, as well as wound care products. And coming soon, basic urgent care services. What makes us better than other drugstores out there? When you frequent Baileyton Drug, you will receive professional, courteous, and friendly service that goes above and beyond any other pharmacy in the area. Remember, you're a neighbor, not a number.
Welcome back to Grassroots Media. Welcome back to this week's edition of the Baileyton Drug Company Eric Tilson Show, presented by Starnes Barber, where we cover everything on the Tundra with the North Greene football team. As always, I'm joined here with Huskies head coach Eric Tilson. Things have changed a little bit. Not previewing Cloudland anymore.
Nope.
Previewing Eagleton now. I know at the moment you probably don't know as much because it's barely been, maybe even not 24 hours.
Maybe 12 hours.
Yeah, since you've agreed to play them. I know you told me off air before we started the interview that you just got filmed this morning.
Yes.
Probably haven't been able to check that out yet because you just had practice before this.
It's one of those days. It's like I told the seniors, hey, I need you guys to go lift today because we need to go watch the film just to get a glimpse of what we're looking at. So it was, like I said, we looked up some stuff last night, but finally getting the film, actually get to analyze a little bit. But it's I told the kids we're trying to go through an introduction. It's like, guys, it could be this, it couldn't be. I haven't really seen a whole lot. And plus, when you're watching one game, it's basically all I've been able to get through. Of course, teams change from game to game sometimes. So we'll see as we get through it. Based on common opponents, they're a good, well-coached team. They've been competitive in that league, and we've played similar teams. So it's should be a good matchup for us in terms of like seeing where we are, because I would imagine they'll probably make playoffs again, and so it'd be good to see how we match up against a playoff team.
And I was going to ask you kind of what do you expect on their offense and defense, as I usually ask in these interviews, but I don't know if I quite want to ask that this week since, as I mentioned, that you don't really know what they're running yet because you haven't got a good glimpse of the film.
Well, kind of what I've seen so far offensively, they got a quarterback that can roll a little bit. They like to run the ball with him, and he throws the ball pretty well. So it's kind of fortunate we had planned for Williamsburg because it's very similar in that regards. Now, this guy throws the ball a little better than the Williamsburg guy, but the Williamsburg guy ran a whole lot better. He's about the best speedster I've seen. But this guy throws the ball really, really well, and they do a good job getting guys open in space. They're a spread team. They got a little scat back who's shifty as well. And their front's about similar to our front. They do have one really big tackle who can he's very solid in footwork, and that tells me they're well coached.
Yeah.
So they're very sound schematically. They're very sound technically. So it's a good matchup to have, and the type of games you kind of get excited about playing. Defensively, they're very multiple in terms of bringing pressure and different coverages that they have, and it's not like some teams that they have their base coverage and they stay in it the entire time. They're bringing a lot of different looks as well. So we're trying to figure out what their indicators are right now. I think we have some, but we're not entirely positive yet. We've kind of seen some stuff. But they brought some pressure at the right time. They're pretty well. They're good at their timing of when they bring stuff, and so we're gonna have to come. We're gonna have to come with our best this week in terms of being able to compete. And good thing is, when you're a good football team, you get excited about playing other good football teams, and that's not something we've been able to say in years past, but now it's like, hey guys, we're a good football team. We get to go play a good football team this week, so be excited about the opportunity.
It's kind of the same conversation we had about Williamsburg in a way. You're excited to go play a team that will kind of be a playoff caliber team on down the road because, as you mentioned, Eagleton will be a playoff team in their region. I don't quite know if they're locked in yet. I know they have that win over West Greene, but I haven't looked at their schedule to know if they have a win over another region opponent yet. But they're almost certainly locked into the playoffs if they get one more win in that region. It's kind of the same as Williamsburg, as you mentioned, where they have a quarterback that can run and throw. That's basically their main playmaker on offense. So you kind of know what to do a little bit on how to stop the run whenever that quarterback gets free. You talked about the offense and defense a little bit and how to scout them. So I guess that leaves us to the last question as usual. You got 3 keys to the game that you need to carry out.
Changes
to get a win. What are they this week?
Playmakers got to make plays. We got to have great effort and great tackling.
Absolutely. That's all we've got this week. It's been an unusual week, but fortunate to hear that everybody has been heard from, accounted for, and everything on the northern side of Greene County is the same as it was before, because unfortunately we can't say that about some parts of the county.
Yep.
But unless there's anything you'd like to add, that's all I've got for you this week.
And again, please reach out. Our kids are ready to help, so please reach out because I'll get a posse together and we'll go do whatever need be.
Absolutely. Same with us. As always, like I mentioned, check that link down below. Go back on our page and check it. You can sign up. You'll get a text and we can meet at South Greene in the parking lot at 10 a.m. on Friday morning to coordinate which crew you want to be a part of and where and when you will go and meet. But that's all I've got this week, Coach. Looking for a win on Friday night. I'll be up there at Eagleton, so
fantastic.
I'll see you up there on the sideline. Thank you all for watching this week's edition of the Baileyton Drug Company Eric Tilson Show, presented by Starnes Barber. We look forward to seeing you next time here on Grassroots Media.